So today our topic is automation testing. Okay. So automation testing. So before entering to the automation testing, so what is this automation testing? So before what we need to know. So in software testing, we can done the testing in two ways. So one is manual testing and second one is automation testing. So first we need to know about that what is the definitions of both automation testing and manual testing. So coming to the manual testing is a process to conduct testing on application by human interaction called manual testing. So mainly the testing done by human approaches. So human can giving the usernames and human can giving the password and human can analyze the report is if the test case is passed or not. So this testing is coming under manual testing. Now coming to the second one, automation testing. So now our topic is also automation testing. So automation testing is a process to conduct the testing on application by the help of tools and software called automation testing. So if the testing was done by with the interactions of software tools, like either it is like in market there is a lot of tools. So using software tools interaction testing is known as automation testing. So if the testing is done by manual is known as manual testing. If the testing is done by automation is known as automation testing. Okay. Now coming to that, there are various automation testing tools available in market. Okay. So mainly our topic is automation testing. So that purpose, so to do this automation testing in market, there are various automation testing tools available. So in the tools, mostly we are seeing that Selenium, QTP, and UFT. So why we are mentioning only three tools? There is a lot of tools means. So most of the companies preferring the Selenium, QTP, and UFT. In this QTP and UFT and Selenium, this QTP and UFT are the commercial tools, and Selenium is the open source. Open source is nothing but a no cost, and QTP and UFT is the commercial. Commercial is nothing but a we need to purchase these tools, okay, giving some cost, okay. So this is the general introduction of automation testing. So if the testing done by human interaction is known as manual testing, if the testing is done by systems interaction is known as automation test. Okay. Now I'm scrolling the page. Now we can see. So there is a manual testing. So why we are coming to the automation testing? Why? Because in manual testing, not in manual testing, only manual testing, there is some drawbacks. There is some drawbacks. So what is that means? One is more time. In manual testing, there is a repeatable test cases. So some test cases we need to test that again and again. So in this way, it will take some more time. And then second thing is more resources. So resources is nothing but a they require a more more documents and more exploratory things we require. And third one is repetition. So repetition testing is not possible. So repetition is nothing but a regression testing. So this is the important thing here. We can see. So So mainly this regression testing is important one. Why regression testing is that much of important means because regression defines that if any new module was adding to the existing module, we need to test the newly adding module and as well as existing module also. So regression testing is not possible in manual testing. Okay, so this is the thing. And coming to that fourth one, human errors. So manual testing, there is a chance for highly human errors. Like human made mistakes are highly we are getting in a manual testing. And coming to that, parallel execution is not possible. Parallel execution means at a time we can test in a Chrome browser, and at a time we can test in a Firefox browser, or else we can say same time we are testing in a Windows operating system and Mac operating system. So it is not possible in a manual testing. Okay. So these are the major drawbacks in manual. One is more time, more resources, regression testing not possible, and parallel execution is not possible, and more human made mistakes are getting. Okay.
Repeat the last points, sir. Human errors and
So
parallel
last.
execution.
Yes. So human errors is nothing but a error is a human made mistake. So sometimes we only making there is a chance to human only making some mistakes, not in application ways. And second one, parallel execution is not possible. In automation, we can run in same time. So when I'm starting the testing, I can test in both Chrome browser and Firefox browser. But in manual, first we need to complete the Chrome, then only we can go for the Firefox browser. So now we can take example, Flipkart is our application. So once we can test the Flipkart in Chrome browser, then only we can move to the Firefox browser. But coming to that automation, like scene is reverse. At a time, same time, we can test in a Chrome browser and we can test in a Firefox browser. So it is possible in automation, but it was not possible in a manual testing. Okay. So these are the major drawbacks in manual testing. So coming to that, why automation testing? What are the advantages following in automation testing? So coming to that advantages of automation testing is one is first, compared to the manual, automation testing is getting the reports is very fast, and manual required more resources. So we need to know more things. But automation not like that. Less resources we can done this testing. In manual testing, regression testing is not that much of possible. And coming to that here, so you can see here, so here you can see regression testing is possible. Regression testing is possible. Here regression testing is not possible. Now here reliable, no errors. No error means when we are writing the code, we are using some IDE tools. If you are done any mistakes, it will show in the runtime or compile time. So there is less chance to getting the errors. Okay. And for like fifth one, improve accuracy, thereby reducing human generated errors. So here same point. So accuracy means frequently we are getting the reports. So here we are not getting that much of high amount of human errors. Okay. And and final one is enables parallel execution. So the point says that automation testing is possible for parallel execution. Same time we can test in a Chrome and Firefox browser. So that is the thing. Okay. Now coming to the disadvantages. So each and every concept we are seeing the both advantages and disadvantages. Here the disadvantages of automation testing is one is expensive. Expensive is nothing but not at all time. Mostly sometimes automation tools are expensive. So the license cost is high and we are not able to bearing these tools. So expensive. One is expensive. But like Selenium tools, it is not that much of expensive. It is a open source. But they are saying some tools are expensive. And second one is minimum technical skills required. In manual testing, we don't require any programming language support. But coming to the automation, must we need to know the code, minimum programming language, like core language we required. And The third one is every tool has limitation. If you can take selenium, there is some limitations. If you can take QTF, like QTP, there is some limitations. So every tool has their limitation. So these are the major disadvantages in automation testing. But why we are using? So there is also some disadvantages means, but expensive. There is like a sorry, each and every disadvantages there is a one remedy. Here one is a expensive, expensive, and all tools are not a commercial. There is a free source. So there is a answer. Second one is minimum technical skill required. And there is a some frameworks, no need that much of technical skills. And third one is every tool have limitation. So to sort out this limitation, they have some like dependent frameworks. Okay, that's why every tool's limitation is also we can easily sort. Okay, so these all are like sort out things of these disadvantages of
Sir,
automation testing. Okay. Yeah. Any doubt?
in advantages, sir, please scroll down once.
Okay. Yeah.
In
Wait.
that improves actually thereby reducing the human generated errors means lost
Yes.
but one point.
Like yes. Improves accuracy means nothing but a. So it will not like when you are getting a human made mistake, it will getting some time taking process and it will increase the time as well. So accuracy means frequently like not taking that much of long time. So frequently it will generate the reports. So reducing human generated errors. So what is this point agenda means? We are using Eclipse IDE and some IntelliJ, some tools. So in this time, if you can done any mistake, human made mistake, if you done any mistake, it will give some like in Java we are seeing that if we have done any mistake, we can see in a console. Is it correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So if we are getting our mistake in a console, there is a chance to like sort out our problem. So this way, it will reduce the human generated errors. If we are getting any error, easily we can sort out. And the final part is parallel execution. So parallel execution means same time we can perform two testings. Chrome browser we
Both
can test and Firefox also. Okay.
we can do in the same
Mm,
in any
yes.
browser. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. So this is about advantages and disadvantages of manual and automation testing. Now, coming to that automation life cycle. So, how we are starting our automation testing, how we are closing our automation testing. In manual testing, we are seeing that is SPLC. Same like that, here we are following some life cycle for automation testing. So what is this life cycle means? One is test planning. So test planning and second one is test analysis and then test environment setup and then generate script and debugging and execute and defect reporting. These are the 7 phases available in a automation life cycle. If you are a automation tester, you need to follow this test planning and test analysis and test environment setup and generate script and debugging and execute and defect reporting. Now we can see first point, test planning. So what is the test planning? Test planning is nothing but a prepare plan for automation tool. So which tool I require, like which tool I need to take and which programming language I need to take. This is coming under planning. And second one is test analysis. Analysis means nothing but we need to analyze ourselves, what to test and how to test like this. Now, understanding the requirements. In analysis part, first, we need to get our tool and we need to get our IDE tool and we need to get our programming language. We are planned, not we are installed. We are planned. Just we need to take. And second one is test analysis. Like test analysis is nothing but a understanding requirements and test cases, which is designed by manual testing engineers. So understanding requirements and test cases means, so what the manual testing tester write the test cases. So in the test cases, there is a test steps and test data. So we need to study that each and every step, and we need to analyze, and we need to analyze how it will be means how I can prepare the script. This way we need to analyze. And after the analyze, we are getting one clarity. So we know which type of tools we need to perform, and we know which type of requirement we had. And the third point is test environment setup. Environment setup is nothing but a what are the hardware and software configuration. So one is install sufficient configuration. What we need to do? One is install that we can say, so install that particular programming language, install the IDE tool, and install the jars, and along with automation tool to create a code, and nothing but a create a project, and create a package, and create a class, and create a main method. And now generate script. Environment setup means we need to configure the all setups like programming language, all those things. Now generate script. So this point deals that by the help of automation tool, test cases converting into script format. So here I'm saying that test day steps, open Chrome browser. We need to create a script for that, and open Google. We need to create a script and send some automation testing in a search box. So we need to create a script like that. So these all are things coming under generate script. Now, after generating the script, we need to go the debugging. Debugging is nothing but a line by line code script review to avoid errors. We need to test that each and line to line. As a, mainly debugging is nothing but a we need to check that is there any errors, and is there any conditional coverage, and loop coverage, and path coverage. So in verification process, we are studying that code review. So why we are doing this code review means to avoid the errors. If there is any error chance, we need to clear here only. Okay, this process is known as debugging. After the debugging, okay, now our environment is ready and our script is ready. Now we are ready to execute our script. Now you can see execute. What is meant by execute? In simple way, we can say execute is nothing but a run. Execute is nothing but a what we are prepared the program or script, we need to run. The run is known as execute. Now, execute test scripts on build to compare expected and actual values. So when we are executing this test test script, then only we are getting the actual values. Then only we are getting the actual values. So before that, we need to give that expected as well. Okay. And using some conditional statements if else statements, we can execute our test case. Okay. Now, and the final point is defect reporting. After executing our scripts, we are getting the what we are getting after executing the scripts, we are getting the actual values. So we need to compare the both expected and actual. Finally, we need to go for the defect reporting. While executing test scripts, if any mismatches in between expected and actual, by the help of tools, prepare defect reporting. So if we are getting any expectation not matching to the actual, so we need to report the defects. Okay, we need to report the defects. This is coming under automation life cycle. So this is coming under automation life cycle. Okay, so this is about automation testing introduction. Okay, So in this topic, we know about that what is manual testing and what is automation testing and what are the drawbacks in manual testing and what are the advantages and disadvantages of automation testing and what is automation testing life cycle. Okay.